Springfield, it's a hell of a town. The schoolyard's up and the shopping mall's down. The stray dogs go to the animal pound. Springfield, 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 Springfield.
New York, New York.
Hey, welcome to Half the Battle. Well, it's about time that we got back to the comic. And it's a very special issue this time.
We're taking a look at the 50th issue, the Battle of Springfield. Last time, the Joes had gotten hold of the location of Cobra headquarters in the USA, a small town called Springfield. At the same time, Cobra had created the perfect soldier through genetic engineering, Serpentor. As the Joes advanced on the town, Serpentor was entrusted with delaying them so most of Cobra could evacuate.
And now the conclusion.
We've apparently missed some action between issues, as Serpentor isn't just delaying the Joes, but he's got them on the run. Hawk orders the assault team back to the airport, while others will try to take the museum, the place they think is Cobra's command center.
Meanwhile, Serpentor is in his element.
Ah, the smell of battle! There's nothing like it! The mingled stenches of fear, blood, and burning metal are like the incense of Ares! Somebody has been cribbing from Apocalypse Now. Firefly and Mindbender think he's gone nuts, but he has the support of the troops when he runs into gunfire to save a Cobra grunt who's been shot, saying they're not animals who leave their brothers on the field.
Gotta admit, did not see that coming.
That's rather unique. I mean, you don't see Darth Vader jumping in front of a stormtrooper to save him. This deed, of course, reinvigorates the troops. Meanwhile, the evacuation is going on, and, well, there's no easy way to say this.
They kill a damn dog. Or at least heavily imply it.
They say there's no room for non-essentials or pets, and then we see a man load a gun in front of his children and point it at his dog. The dog's name is Sandy, by the way, and it even gives a questioning woof? What the hell, comic? We were having a nice time with people getting slaughtered and hurt, and you throw this in?
I'm only half kidding here. In most movies or comics or cartoons, pets never ever die.
Look at Independence Day, where the dog survives, laws of physics be damned. Hell, even in Alien, the cat survives.
And I think I know why that is.
Nobody out there has had all his co-workers slaughtered by an alien. No aliens have ever blown up anybody's home city, killing millions. But practically everybody has lost a pet at some point in their lives. That's why movies and comics that only want to entertain generally don't kill pets. It hits too close to home. It brings up bad memories. Hell, I started to work on this review way back near the end of January. But then our pet kitty died, and I lost all motivation to work on it because of this scene.
Well, now that we're all nice and depressed, let's get on with the story.
Reinforcements arrive at the airport, so the assault on the museum can begin. And let's see what's been going on there. The Dreadnoks lament that Zartan is still a prisoner, but Buzzer says he knows where G.I.Joe headquarters is. He was a prisoner there too, remember? Storm Shadow's body is still in a vat, so Ripper decides to steal his sword. Only for the ninja to literally rise from the dead. Yeah, the panels don't show it, but I'm pretty sure Ripper just crapped himself there. So yeah, Storm Shadow was dead, but he got better.
And yes, he really was dead.
I think they retconned it later so that he was in a deep ninja survival meditation or something, but at this point, yeah, it's a resurrection. And he's not the same man. Because of the whole using his body to create Serpentor thing, he now has vague memories that were also implanted in Serpi, like from ancient Rome and the hordes of Genghis Khan.
Oh, you know I had to throw that in.
So now he's Gandalf the White or something. While all that is going on, Destro has gotten all evacuees ready. The Baroness wonders why he's doing all that, and misunderstands his explanation, thinking he's gonna take over Cobra himself. On the contrary, he's only saving Cobra because honor demands it. This really proves some insight into Destro. Sure, he's a bad guy, but he's honorable. Meanwhile, Serpentor continues to be a badass. He gets shot but carries on, using a hot knife to treat his wound Rambo style.
You gotta admit, this comic is doing its damn best to make Serpentor look awesome.
No small feat, considering his toy looks like this. Anyway, the Joes hit the museum and the bad guys decide to run. Well, the Dreadnoks want Zombie Storm Shadow to fight, but he takes off, saying to never fight unless you can win. I think he's channeling Sun Tzu here. You know, he who knows when he can fight and when he cannot will be victorious. I think it's a nod to him having part of Serpy's memories. The Joes are convinced Cobra will use the airport for evacuation, but as we can see, that's happening at the football stadium. Serpentor's feint to make it look like they wanted to retake the airport worked. The Baroness notes Destro has kept some choppers back to go save Serpentor, much to her annoyance.
Proving once again that Destro is an honorable guy.
Serpentor's forces pretend to attack the airport, but seem to disappear when they turn off their headlights. Their engines still make a hell of a noise though, so the Joes know they are out there. Another fake attack later, this time with empty vehicles, and the Joes are hella confused. Until they send up a flare and realize the loud engines and light show was the cover for the two remaining choppers to pick up Serpentor's force.
You know, it's a cliche that at the end of a G.I.Joe story, the bad guys get away. But it is really well done and well earned in this case. Hell, it's the whole point of the story.
Cobra played the Joes, turning certain defeat into, well, maybe not a victory, but something like that.
There's a few epilogues before we're done.
Serpentor seems genuinely grateful that Destro and the Baroness saved him and his group, with her saying the thought of leaving him never occurred to them. I love Destro just looking at her there. Even Serpy seems to know she's full of it. Meanwhile, the Joes are stuck holding the bag. They blew up half a town and have nothing to show for it. No prisoners they can associate with Cobra, no proof of Cobra activity whatsoever.
Bullcrap!
I mean, there's the Hiss tanks and the Stinger Jeep still sitting on the tarmac for one thing. Meanwhile, Cobra Commander begins to realize he may have made a huge mistake. Serpentor was cloned not just from the greatest soldiers of history, but also from the greatest leaders, full of ambition. He's sure Serpentor will usurp him, so vows to not let him land on Cobra Island. By the way, they get Mindbender's name wrong again by having the commander call him Dr. Brainwave, the name he was introduced with 6 issues ago. And the comic ends with the Dreadnoks and Storm Shadow driving up to one of Zartan's hideouts, where they are confronted by a new character, Zarana, Zartan's sister.
Couldn't go one issue without putting a new toy in, could we?
And that was the Battle of Springfield. Overall, a really excellent read. They managed to make Serpentor look awesome, Destro got some character development, and the action was first rate.
And rather than just being the end of a story, they set things up for future issues.
There's conflict between the commander and Serpy coming, the Joes are gonna be in some trouble, and Buzzer reminds us he knows the location of Joe HQ. So, since the Joes just trashed Cobraville, there may be some payback coming. My final conclusion: this was an excellent issue that I strongly recommend to everybody.
But wait, I hear you say, Timmer, you beautiful soul, that wasn't all there was to this issue. And you'd be right.
Issue 50 has an extra 10-page story in it, and it's basically issue 0 of the new Special Missions comic book. But I'm not gonna review that now, as it deserves its own video. And yes, from now on, we will also be looking at the Special Missions comic book issues.
Well, I'll see you next time, everybody. And hey, why not like, share, and subscribe if that's your thing?
Springfield, Springfield, it's a hell of a town. The schoolyard's up and the shopping mall's down. The stray dogs go to the animal animal pound. Springfield, Springfield.
New York, New York.
New York is that way, man.
Thanks, kid.
But your bollocks did up good, you did.
But wait, I hear you say, Timmer, you beautiful soul, that wasn't all there was to the issue. And I forgot a line.